Good evening. Welcome to RPTV News. I'm Craig Stegner coming to you from the JK Auto Repair Studio. JK Auto Repair is a full-service car care provider located at 2301 Selmore Road in Ozark, Missouri. Let's make a little change there. This is the All Parts Auto Salvage Midweek Report. All Parts Auto Salvage with two locations in Springfield to serve you. 2600 North Benton is the salvage yard. 425 East Kearney is the parts store. Let All Parts Auto Salvage help you fix your car. Good evening, both to Mom and to Heather and Chip. I'm glad to see you all. I know I can always count on you three to be here for sure. Want to thank our sponsors, JK's Auto Repair, All Parts Auto Salvage, Hillbilly Speedway in Fairgrove, Missouri, Hodges Tree Trimming, Finkbeiner Transfer and Storage, Home Sweet Home Realty and Associates, Rochelle Summers Toys for Tots, Appleton Imaging, Sigs and Swigs, DTA Bear Paws and Gloves, Twister Alley Raceway in Butterfield, and Missouri Motocross Hall of Fame. Well, we talked about on Sunday that because of rain, the NHRA event at Norwalk, Ohio at the Summit Racing Motorsports Park had been delayed till later in the evening. Well, come later in the evening, for the fourth time this year, Steve Torrence has put together a dominant year so far. 4 wins for Steve Torrence as he takes the top fuel. In the funny car, after a 3-year, just the exact opposite of that, almost a 3-year absence from the winner's circle, Cruz Pedregon takes the win. It's good to see him back in there. Him and his brother, both funny car racers, but Cruz Pedregon with the win. Pro Stock, Erica Enders. I sure like her. She is really, really a nice person. And if you may remember, she was actually a Disney show girl at one time when they did a show about racing. So Erica Enders, a 4-time champion. And then Pro Stock motorcycle class was Matt Smith. So you have 3 of those were last year's class champions with Torrence Enders and Matt Smith. And then competition eliminator, just because I like him so well, Bruno Massel. Bruno is a super nice guy. Here he is with both of his kids and his wife, Dana, who Mary and I met a couple years ago at St. Louis, and just one of the sweetest people you'd ever meet. I really love the Massels, so congratulations to them. Now, this last week, ORP TV girl, Kinsey Bricado, who is an absolute monster on this series. This is her here on the right. She's not actually that tall, and this girl's not actually that short. This girl's kneeling down here, so just to make that clear. Kinsey had broke her collarbone 6 weeks prior to this race. She wasn't allowed to be on her bike. She said, I can ride. Her dad and the doctors were saying, no, you can't. And she said, what about Loretta Lynn's? This is a qualifier for the national event. Well, 6 weeks, she gets on her bike, and she finished second in the girls 11 to 16 at this regional qualifier. That is good enough. She is going to the Loretta Lynn's. And if you aren't familiar with it, yes, it's that Loretta Lynn. This is at Hurricane Mills, Tennessee, the Loretta Lynn's ranch. In addition to everything else they have here, this motocross track at Loretta Lynn's has just become absolutely the proving ground for future stars. Everybody from your Ricky Carmichael to Emig to Bubba Stewart, Adam Cianciarulo. Everybody who's been anybody over the last quite a few years have come through the Loretta Lynn's ranch at the Monster Energy AMA Amateur National Motocross Championships. Long title, but it is the biggest event in the world for motocross riders. This is where you'll see the top talent. And for the second year in a row, Kinsey Bricado is going. Here's a look at her and her dad, Tony. Great people. We love them. We are so happy to be a part of their team and the support for them. Wish we could go. It's tough to get tickets for this event because it sells out. It is just that big. So she's going to be there August 2nd through 7th at Hurricane Mills. Last year, she finished 9th in the 11 to 16 girls and 23rd in women's. Not bad considering last year she was 15 years old. She was a number 23 woman in the world and finished 9th in the class appropriate 11 to 16 because this is a World Championship level event. So congratulations, Kenzie. We'll be pulling for you. And hopefully we'll see you in August. That would be great. Coming up this weekend, NASCAR has its annual 4th of July-ish event. This year, it's at the Road America course. This is a little bit different. This is the Road America. This is the first time this event has been there since, I believe, 1956. 65 years since they've been at their Road America course. This is the logo, whole new thing. Got looking back about the history of NASCAR in the 4th of July. Well, two racers have 5 4th of July winnings. The two winningest driver on the 4th of July, that there would be David Pearson, the old 21 Purolator, one of the best looking cars I've ever seen, the Woods Brothers car that's being run again. And this guy here, look at that, Fireball Roberts. He, legend. Those two have won 5 each. Now, looking through this a little bit, I was looking back. The last time NASCAR ran on an actual 4th of July was all the way back in 2009. That winner was Tony Stewart. I didn't remember. I'd forgotten all about this. I never thought it looked good, but the Burger King car of Tony Stewart, last time that a 4th of July winner, that we've had one actually on a 4th of July race, unless you consider the next year, that race was on July 3rd. It was supposed to start at 7 o'clock, night race, but got pushed to 9:30 because of rain. Technically, it finished after midnight, and Kevin Harvick won on the 4th of July. It started on July 3rd, ended on July 4th. More importantly, I forgot about the Shell car. Different looking car there for sure, but going back that far. Looking back on 4th of July history, who remembers this? 1984. The first time a sitting president had ever been to a NASCAR event, President Ronald Reagan gave the command to start the engines from Air Force One as it was landing, was able to make it into the race, and Richard Petty wins number 200 that day. And you know what? This is the guy, my mom's watching this, we always wondered who this guy was and why this gigantic fella was hanging around down there. We always had speculation, and I never really knew what he was. But anyway, later after the race, here's King Richard, Ronald Reagan, and Bobby Allison there having a little Kentucky Fried Chicken. Really cool event. 1984, hard to believe it's been that long ago now. Long time, longer than we'd like to think, which led to, I was looking, the Firecracker 400 race set. Who remembers this? Who else wishes they still had this in a perfect box? Because I haven't looked. I meant to look on eBay. I bet that thing's a couple $100 at least. And you can always remember that smell of the cars racing. But the old Firecracker 400 AFX, those were cool, weren't they? Looking back on this, so here's a little more history for you. It was a slow news week, okay? 1974, David Pearson just outthought him. It was just an incredible move to come back, let him get out too far. Petty got excited, got too far out, and David Pearson passes him. This also was the only time ever NASCAR could not determine a finish. This is third place. Buddy Baker and Cale Yarborough. After 2 hours of looking at this really low definition photo, we talked about last year the Turkey Bowl, how close it was and tough. How would you like to try to decide a NASCAR event based on this? NASCAR went. They're both third. They gave both of them third place. The only time in NASCAR history that they've had a tie. Buddy Baker and Cale Yarborough tied for third place in that event. What's the fastest average race speed? The very first race was 140 mile per hour in 1959. How much has it improved? None. There have been races as slow as 130 mile per hour average recently. Who was the fastest ever? 173 miles per hour for this fella right here, Bobby Allison. Old Bobby Allison there celebrating. And anybody recognize that fella back in 1980 when that record was set? That'd be none other than Mr. Dale Earnhardt Sr. There's a look at the first ever Firecracker 250. This race has gone through a lot of name changes. It was the Firecracker 250, the Firecracker 400, the Pepsi Firecracker 400, then just the Pepsi 400, then the big Soda Wars, Coke Zero 400, the Coke Zero Sugar 400. Well, none of that matters now. Here's some look as we're talking about this, some of the old posters from the old days. There's 1972. That's a 1984 event that Richard Petty won. It didn't matter because in 2020, they went away from this. It used to be an early day event. They would start the race at 10 or 11 o'clock, and that was a deal they struck with the Chamber of Commerce in Daytona. They said, look, don't give us any flack, and we'll get this race over with so the people can hit the beaches. So that's the way it used to be. Then it started moving later and later in the day, now become a night race. Now it's the last regular season race before the NASCAR playoffs start. So as of the last couple of years, it just hasn't had the same importance that it had when it was a Firecracker 400. Now it has nothing to do with firecrackers and independence, but it's still going to be this weekend, July 4th, Road America. Moving over to media. This is a look at our buddy Rob from Opfer Communications. I want to thank Chris Luzader, Nikki, Rob, Kinjo, everybody from Opfer Communications and Ozark Raceway Park, Mitch Chance and Brad Allen and Tracy Allen. Just a quick little peek here at this. We were out this week on Monday shooting a commercial for some pans. I can't tell you too much about it or give too much away. This is a commercial for foreign television, but they were doing some burnout there. Just a little behind the scenes look at what was going on at Ozark Raceway Park this week. I want to thank Luke Roush there from Down to Earth Landscaping and Ben Horton, who helped out there. It was a hot day, but they did a great job. And I want to thank Opfer Communications and give them a little shout out and love. And if you need anything advertising wise, man, they do a fantastic job over there at Opfer Communications. Birthdays today brought to you by Hodges Tree Trimming. Hodges Tree Trimming, we guarantee the best work at the best price. Give Chris Franklin or Charles a call. Anything you need, stump grinding, pruning, brush removal, consultations, let them know. Birthdays today, Tremaine Williams, one of my buddies. He's moved down to Florida now. I haven't got to see him in a long time, but man, I miss this guy. Tyson Hochschild with a birthday today. Coming up tomorrow, one of the girls that we've been a sponsor of, a supporter for a long time. She's just reached such a level of fame and accomplishment that what we're able to do just is a drop in the bucket compared to what she's doing. Number 15 flyweight in the world from Buffalo, Missouri, Miranda Maverick. Happy birthday tomorrow, Miranda. Matt Howard, one of Miranda's training instructors from Springfield Fight Club, Brett Clement. Alex Sissel. On Friday, Jeff Downing, Blaine Yantz, Mark Sorensen, and Cliff Davis. On Saturday, Tim Egley, Macy Mitchell, Tyler Shaw, Wendell Dunaway. On Sunday, Matt Darnell. Monday, Curtis Stronghanger. Talk about a guy who has it going. He's a Central High School graduate, Springfield, grew up one of the youngest riders that used to race BMX. So young, in fact, him and his brother Brian were on big wheels when they were racing, just the two of them. He now lives in Hawaii, living it up there. Great for him. Jimmy Newport, Douglas Scrance, and Zach Klein with birthdays on Monday. Also, Kelly Smith, Clint Ipock, and Aaron Ciambietta. On Tuesday, Tyler Kidwell, Michael Sanders, Heather Collins, Robbie Erskine, and Tommy Gray. Happy birthday to all of you from Hodges Tree Trimming and ORP TV. Weekend forecast. It was not so helpful last weekend. This weekend looks like we're going to be a little better. I don't know about races at BMX, Spokes BMX tomorrow, but weekend looks pretty good. 80s, sunny. Should be a great weekend for the racing that's coming up. This is a special 4th of July weekend, so there are some special events. Some of the tracks are taken off to celebrate the 4th of July. Some are running some of the big events. So here we go. Friday night, Jeffers Motorsports Park, Mocan, Ozark Raceway Park, and Tulsa Raceway Park. On Saturday, it's Centerville, Jeffers, ORP, and Thunder Valley Raceway. On Sunday, Jeffers Motorsports Park with a 4th of July event there. And on the Circle Track Friday night, you have Dallas County, Lakeside, Lebanon Midway, Legit, Randolph County, and Salina. Saturday, pretty busy one. Central Missouri, I-35, Lake Ozark, Legit, Lucas Oil. This one, I'll talk more about this in a second. Monett Raceway, Nevada, Salina Speedway, Speedway USA at Bolivar, Springfield Raceway, Tri-State, and Valley Speedway. That SRX one, those of you who've been watching the Tony Stewart, Ray Evernham race series on Saturday nights on CBS at 8 o'clock, that's coming up this weekend. So you're going to have your racers like Elio Castroneves, Tony Stewart, Paul Tracy, Willie T. Ribbs, Michael Waltrip, all of those legends going to be up at Lucas Oil Speedway coming up this weekend. Now, special 4th of July, as we said, Jeffers, Central Missouri, and Old 71 Speedway with Sunday 4th of July racing. Now, your dirt series, Friday through Sunday, Hooter Holler's open. I think they may have an event, but more importantly, they're open for camping. Great facility in Mountain Grove. Kansas City Raceway has an event, as does Poplar Bluff Motorsports Park. Now, the Pro Series, again, Road America. Xfinity is racing on Saturday at 1:30. The Premier Series Sunday at 1:30. Both those on NBC. Motocross after the weekend off. They're at the famous Redbud Motocross in Buchanan, Michigan. Moto number 1 on MAV TV at 11 a.m. At 3 o'clock is the delayed Moto number 2 on NBC Sports Network. Peacock app, you can watch it right on your phone live. And IndyCar racing, for those of you hoping that Jimmy Johnson will do well and want to see him race, Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course Sunday, 4th of July at 11 o'clock on NBC. We will be here Sunday live at 6 o'clock. This is going to be a special 4th of July. Don't forget, this isn't just about blowing stuff up and bottle rockets and all that kind of thing. This is an Independence Day. This is a day to celebrate our independence and what America's about. And most importantly, it's about supporting people saying stupid stuff you don't even agree with, but it doesn't matter, because that's what this is about, is free speech, the freedom of thought. Do what you want to do as long as it doesn't hurt anybody else, and just mind your own business. That's what makes America great. So we got to stand up and defend those people who say things we don't even agree with. That's what it's all about, because by definition, popular speech doesn't need defending. That's going to do it for this day. ORP TV News. We'll be back here Sunday. Again, please, if you're out traveling, be safe. Don't drink and drive. I don't want to be on here talking about somebody who that we're missing because of an accident. So be safe, be smart, and be here Sunday night at 6 p.m. for ORP TV Live. Until then, I'm Stag.